Kijoy, how are you doing today? How are you? How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? It's another week, and I had the weirdest dream last night. Do you hate it? I dreamed that I was in school, and that you know how like sometimes you did too? You also had a dream about school? I had a dream that I was in school, and you know how like sometimes they have like the alternating days for your schedule? So like, it's like every other day. Here's the copy paste. Every other day is like, so like Monday and Wednesday was like classes 1, 3, 5. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays was classes like 2, 4, 6. Have you guys had that? We talked about your dream in the Discord earlier? Oh, okay. Well, I had class like that. And it was like the first week of school. And I guess I got my schedules mixed up. So like, I went to my science class, and it wasn't supposed to be my science class day. And so I was trying to figure out what my actual class was, and it turned out it was supposed to be like my arts class and things like that. But before I could leave, my teacher was just like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about your grade. I was like, ooh, keeping in mind that it's still the first week of school, right? It's the very first week. This is probably like the 3rd day of class. So like on the very first day we had like a test, like one of those tests where it's just like a pop quiz thing to tell you how you are. And he tried to show me like on a tablet thing at this table that I was at. But I was just like, and he's like, did you not see it? I was just like, no. And he's like, okay, well, let me go over here. And like, we went to the whiteboard and things like that. And like, he wrote the number down behind the screen. So like, everybody else was like watching some sort of video or something. And so he took me behind the screen and he had me look at the number. And the number was like 117. That was my score on the test. Right? My score on the test was 117. And I was just looking at it, and he's just like, do you see that? And I'm like, yes. And he's just like, do you see how low that number is? Do you know what that means? Do you know? You understand how low of a number that is? And he was like trying to tell me that that's like the lowest number he's ever gotten on a test like that. And I'm just like looking at this number. I was just like trying to understand, right? I was just like 117, and I look down, I guess, because he like wrote the numbers of like a couple of other test results, and they were like over the 100,000s, and I was just like sitting there, and I was just like, I was feeling so abysmal about this. I was just like, oh, I see. Yeah, I was like, oh. I felt myself like spiraling down the drain. I was just like, oh. I'm not meant for science then, I guess. You think of 100 is a perfect score with some extra bonus points with the... Yeah, I know. I was like 117. I'm like, huh? Huh? And he's just like, that's the lowest. Do you understand how much you're going to struggle in this class? I was like, huh? I'm like, did I really do that bad? Did I really, like, guess on all my answers or something? Because it's a dream, right? So I don't really have memory of, like, the first day of class. I'm like, I must have been guessing really badly. Good morning, Shadow. Good morning, Grill. I had the lowest score in my entire class with 117. Everybody else had like 100,000 and above scores. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail this class. I have to study really hard. I have to study really, really hard. You'll be able to stay for a while before you have to leave for work. Let's see. So this is Kizer's dream. I did have a dream where I was at a festival. I didn't want to be there. Someone was clinging to your arm and it was painful. You couldn't get away. And whoever it was, you couldn't see their face. Completely shadowed, blocked out, obscured your vision. Looking around, you saw nothing but fish dolls. The ones that you catch with the paper net. One pizza joint. Ended up some sort of carnival game. The fish catching carnival game. I've tried it once and I broke my neck. Whoever it was that was on your arm started to play it, and then you ran off. Escape! Freedom! When you got to safety, you noticed your arm was actually missing entirely. Oh no, never mind. Wait, kind of freedom. At what cost? My arm. You need more than studying hard to get scores like that. Over 100,000 scores. Good morning, Shadow. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you guys had a good morning and didn't have like weird dreams like me or Kijor. It was a fish stall stand. People just selling raw fish. Who does that at a festival? What do you mean sell raw fish? Like just a bunch of raw fish. There's blood everywhere and it smelled foul. I mean, what are they doing if there's so much blood? Clean up your fish, gosh darn it. Clean it up. You're infecting the other fish by having all that blood spill everywhere. You're cross-contaminating. Cross-contaminating. And if they smell, they've been there for a while. Probably not the freshest of fish. You always check by like looking at the eyes. When you buy fish, to see the clarity. The more clear a fish's eyes are, the better. You don't want a fish that doesn't have clear eyes. Clear eyes? Something about red eye? Clear eye? You don't know, but you know from seeing all the red everywhere and how everyone is looking absolutely casual about it. You didn't want to be there. Felt like a Resident Evil game in Japan. Sounds like Silent Hill. Resident Evil would be like everybody dead. Silent Hill is like, we're gonna take you to a different kind of psyche. Everybody has to deal with this. Hello, Matt. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? My folders. How are you doing today, Matt? Hope you're having a good day. You had a PB&J for breakfast because you didn't want to cook. I mean, sometimes PB&J is all you need. Peanut butter has a lot of like nutrients to just give you that energy boost without anything else. I think peanut butter is really good for like energy bars, right? So if you just need a pick-me-up without eating a lot, peanut butter. Peanut butter. Sometimes when I don't feel like eating a lot and I just need something to fill me up, I have a peanut butter sandwich. I recently got some jelly. It's garlic jelly. Garlic jelly? It's super garlicky, but I don't know what to eat it with. I tried eating it on crackers, so just the jelly on the crackers. And it's alright, but it didn't like... It wasn't amazing. So I'm still trying to figure out the combination that I want for it. I'm still trying to figure that out. I was told by someone that they usually put like the jam or jelly on top of cheese, some sort of cheese thing, and then they dip their crackers into it like a dip. You were going to make some ham and eggs. Maybe you'll do a peanut butter and jelly as well. You don't feel like cooking either. Everybody doesn't feel like cooking today. I don't know what cheese, but they said some form of a cheese, like a cream cheese. Put the jelly on top, like a layer of the jelly on top of the cream cheese, and then dip your crackers into that so that it's jelly and cream cheese. And then you dip your crackers, and then you nom the crackers. You posted what you made for dinner the other day. I check. The other day. I check. Loaded potato skins. Wait. Scoop out the insides. Mix them whatever you want. What do you do with the insides? After you bake it, what do you do with the inside? Mayo, sauteed broccoli, spinach, red hot peppers. Once your mixture is made, usually potato. Stick them in the oven. Broil. What did you do with the inside? It goes back into the potato. Then how do you fit all the new stuff in it? Jeez. Starting to get hungry? Uh-oh. Are we talking too much about food again? Like a deviled egg, but potatoes. You scoop out the innards, and then you mix it. So you have to have extras, right? You haven't eaten yet either? Nobody's eaten yet. You had leftover filling. Ah! See, and that's when you shove that into a deviled egg. Shove that into a deviled egg. And then keep going until you have leftover deviled egg. And then shove that into a mushroom. Stuffed mushroom. Or stuffed bell pepper. Or your leftover potato, put in a bell pepper. Because bell peppers are already hollow. So you won't have any extra inside stuff. You don't have to empty it. Bell peppers are already hollow. Yeah, there you go. Leftover stuff. Bell pepper. Problem solved. I win the Nobel Peach Prize. I've solved everything. Nothing is a problem anymore. Thank you. Oh my god. Speaking of like food, I watched, so for those of you guys that don't know, I've been watching a lot of One Piece ever since watching the live action. I've been watching the regular anime after watching the live action because, you know, it just seemed logical to do that. I don't know for how long I'll keep watching. Right now I'm at 270. So I've been going at it for a while. From 0 to 270 after watching the One Piece live action. I got to a part where they were fighting an enemy that like eats a bunch of flour. So he like puts a bunch of flour in his mouth and then like kneads it up in his mouth and then freaking snorts out noodles out of his nose. And I'm sitting here being utterly disgusted by it and wondering, is this how you guys feel when I regurgitate my noodles? Is this how you guys feel when I regurgitate my noodles to you guys? Am I the equivalent of this man who like eats flour and then snorts out ramen noodles from his nose? And he just kept doing it all battle, the entire battle. He just kept pulling noodles out of his nose. These ramen noodles. He like snorts them out into like ramen shaped bullet spear thingies that like like a Gatling gun, right, out of his nose, and then he's able to just like pull it out of his nose and like weave a ramen noodle armor to wrap himself in, and so he's covered in his noodle snot nose, his snot nose ramen noodles. And I'm just sitting here watching this battle, and I'm like, am I this? Is this me? I keep thinking about my ramen that I give you guys. I'm like, is this me? Am I this man? This man is the cook of this location. Like, he's the cook, and he makes ramen for these passengers and things like that. I'm just like, is this me? I'm just regurgitating the noodles. That's a pace. Yeah, I watch it during dinner. Bro, what the frick, One Piece? One Piece has some really weird characters. One Piece has some really weird lunacy going on. There's a lot of it stretches the boundaries pretty far. For one, you don't eat flowers. The flour, no, like flour, like baking flour, like the white flour, the white baking flour powder thing. Shoves that into his mouth and then like and then make ramen out of them. Yeah, I eat the ramen. I'm recycling. Even better, recycling. I eat the ramen and then I regurgitate. Recycle. Unless you're telling me that you eat flour. And then make ramen out of them? Okay, that makes more sense, but damn, it's still weird. Flour, eggs, milk, and spin around. Yum yum. Yum yum. Do you need egg for ramen noodles? Milk? Do you need milk for ramen noodles? I don't think you need milk. I don't think you need milk. I don't know if you could just do flour. Water and flour. He must have like a really wet mouth to provide the noodles enough water and moisture to turn into noodles. Or he must have a really dry mouth because doing that takes it all away from his mouth. So the noodles, you don't think so? You were thinking cookies? If he just made cookie balls, it started. Egg? Egg? Yeah, no egg. I don't think no egg. No egg. I don't know what I'm gonna be faced with. I don't know what I'm gonna be faced with. I don't know how many of you guys watch One Piece. How many of you guys watch One Piece? The cookie balls? Yeah, cookie balls. Like cookie dough balls. I don't know if I should explain where I am or what's going on and what I'm watching right now. But I'm at 270 is the last number that I saw when I was paying attention. 270. I guess I'm getting close to 300. I guess One Piece makes me so angry. One Piece makes me so angry, but I'm still watching it because it's like, I guess in the live action, it was a good pace for me, right? It felt like good pace. And then in the anime, there's so much like everything takes 10 times long. Everything takes like 10 times longer, and then they have so like, you know how like let's say you have the goal, the objective, beat big bad guy. They get the big bad guy. But then they spend like 20 episodes fighting bad guys Peon 1. 20 episodes fighting bad guys Peon 2. Another 20 episodes fighting bad guys Peon 3. And then you get to finally fight bad guy themselves, which takes another 20 episodes. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, please, I don't care about these weird peons. Just get to the meat already. And And then you know what's worse is that like One Piece has a way of shoving recap episodes on me without shoving recap episodes. So you know how like sometimes you'll have one episode of a season that's just like a recap thing? And when you see it, it's like everything is a recap. Like the entire episode's a recap. So it's like you could just easily not watch it. You know what I mean? But like One Piece has a way of like having actual story happen for like a good 5 minutes, like good important story for 5 minutes of an episode, and then out of nowhere the characters will start reminiscing, like actively reminiscing as part of the story, and then force you to watch recap memory scenes, like montage of these scenes, and then it's just like I'm sitting here watching things that I've already seen for like a good 5 minutes, and then like I think they did it one time where they were just like they were eating, they were like getting ready for a big battle, and then they were eating and they're like, remember when this happened? And they were like all reminiscing for like good 20 minutes. They were like not 20 minutes is an exaggeration since I know that's the time of an episode, but like I'm sitting there I'm like, oh my god, am I being force fed or and then like they just do it, they just sneak it in every so often. And then there was one time there was an episode where they did like a memory recap where they were reminiscing about something, and then like 10 minutes later those same characters were having another reminiscing of the same exact scene that they showed 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, you just showed me this! You just showed me these! I don't need to see these recap memories again. That's my feelings anyway. You're an episode you haven't even started yet? That's fair. I never imagined I would watch One Piece. After hearing how many episodes there were, I never imagined I would ever watch One Piece. I was like, One Piece, that's a series I could never watch, or I can live without. I can live without getting into it. And here I am, 270 episodes in. Oh no. Damn you, live action. Live action was so good. I hate this. One Piece always looked way too weird for you, so you never got into it? Yeah, same. One Piece looked so weird. But you understand that it's one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling manga of all time, and the anime is still beloved too. I get it. There's a lot of like quotes and sayings and like life lessons and things like that that go really hard. They go so hard. But then there's also other moments where I'm just like, man, too much man energy. Just make these two guys cry and bromance hug. Get it over with. Like, I'm like, dude, for real, just cry to each other, bromance hug, and get it done with. Instead of doing this all whip around sort of macho thing, like just bromance, just bromance. For box and for kids dubbed ruined you to try, but maybe. Is it 4Kids that dubbed it? Is 4Kids dubbed it? You know what messes with me, because I am watching it dubbed. What messes with me is that, like, I think for the first 10 episodes, I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, it's Mr. Piccolo! Hey, guess what? Look, it's Krillin! Hey, I know your voice. You're Ron Kabuki. Hey, like... I'm sitting there equating them, like, they practically have the whole cast of Dragon Ball on One Piece, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, there's like over 1,000 episodes of One Piece. These Dragon Ball people must be like really, how do you say? Really stable, because they have a consistent job for all of these 1,000 episodes. is probably one of the best epics ever, but it's so long. It's so long. I'm 270 in. And there's still like a lot more episodes to go through. And I was told that the fillers get even worse. I was told the fillers get even worse. Somebody gave me a website that kind of explains to me like what are the essential canon episodes and then what episodes are filler. And so like it goes over things that were like in the manga still, but like things in the manga were still kind of filler to me. Filler is like if there's nothing pertinent to the main story, right? And it still included episodes that I considered were filler, but like that website was just like One Piece has like the smallest filler episode. It only has like 9% filler, and I'm like sitting, I'm like, no, you're lying to me. Because for me, filler is also like so like what they do, what seems to be the case from what I've watched is like they'll have the main arc, and then they have a filler arc, and then they have the main arc again, and then they have some sort of filler arc. And the filler arcs, those in-between arcs between like the big arcs, are the things that I'm just like, I could live without this. I could live without this moment. But I have to stay here watching 20-some episodes of filler arc because it's there, it exists. They had the one filler arc between, so like, I think the first arc? Between the first arc, which is when the live action ends, and then the new arc, like the big story, long, arduous, big bungus deep arc happens, and big stuff happens. There's a tiny little filler arc all about little dragons and stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I hate this dragon arc. But I had to watch it all. Even though I felt like nothing of importance was held within. You definitely do not doubt that. You're betting it is, but yeah, its length is far too much. You thought Dragon Ball Z and Naruto was long? I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Z. I've never seen the Naruto-ish. I've only seen like one or two couple of episodes when they were still like training and students. But I've never seen past. I've always ever seen them like out of order, because that was like when it was on TV, right? So I've only ever seen like when they're training initially. I've never seen them pass like whatever test they were supposed to take. The Junin exams or something like that. I've never seen beyond that. But I've seen Dragon Ball. That was something that like after school you would come home from school and watch. And just because it was there, just because it was available and it was a cartoon, it was just like, yay! Yay, what happened on this episode? So that one was like, but now that I have the power to do so, I don't like watching one episode per day. I'm a binge watcher, so then I have to just watch a bunch. I watch a bunch of episodes while eating dinner at night, and that's what I do. That's the problem with One Piece. Even its filler episodes have story. It's too much. Yeah, they consider it like canon, like it probably is canon because it was in the manga or something like that, but it's like they probably consider it as like official things that you have to watch, but it has story. But I consider it filler because nothing of importance happens there, but it's filler, but it's still story. One Piece captured you. The same happens to you in Vocaloids, namely Hatsumiku. It has really interesting moments, and I cried last night. Oh my god, I cried to the dumbest thing. It's not dumb, but it was like, I was eating, right? And I was watching the episode like normal. Everything was fine. They were doing a lot of things, pretty normal, right? And then one of the characters is like being prosecuted for something, and they have a moment where like they just walk into a room and they look up at like the skylight and they see like a version of them. Oh god, just me talking about it, I'm starting to tear up. They see a version of them. Why does this make me cry? Ah! Okay, I can do this. I can say it. They see a version of them that's happy. And I just started crying so hard. I just like out of nowhere. It's just out of nowhere. I saw it and it was like that scene only lasted like 3 seconds. I kid you not. It only lasted 3 seconds. And I just started tearing up so bad and crying and bawling. I'm like, ah! Ah! And it still makes me cry now. Why? Why this dumb show? Why? Ah! Okay, sorry. For the longest of times, I never cared to vote for Vocaloid. They were everywhere when she came out back then. Getting really sick of seeing and hearing them. You hated them for a good while, honestly. Fast forward to 2013 and you no longer care about the topic, but you see Project Diva F on PS3 in a game store. You were super bored with the current generation of games and decided to check it out because you do like rhythm games. Oh. That one game is always what took to enslave you. You have Miko's first English voice bank? Oh really? You know how to use it? You know how to make Miko sing? You're going to give her an inch and she took your whole world. World is mine, well hers, I guess. I really like the songs that have like big story in them. Cause I think there was one from is it Lin and Ren? Where it's like is it the Princess of Darkness or Queen of Darkness? One of those things? Where it's like they made like point of view versions of the song for like all of the Vocaloid characters involved, and I really like that. Sorry, I'm trying to wipe the tears from my eyes from just talking about that one scene last night. Aki, the first One Piece dub was by 4Kids, but Funimation/Crunchyroll redid the dub. Did they? Am I watching the redub? What does the 4Kids one sound like? So am I watching the Crunchyroll version? And yet Detective Conan really? Detective Conan has more episodes than One Piece? No, are you for real? Has he not become an adult yet? Could always watch it at... I want to! I checked on Netflix to see if they have like speed adjustments. If I could watch it at like 1.5 or 2 times speed. They don't give me that option to do so. There is so much world building, and in the filler they will put foreshadowing and building blocks for important stuff. Yeah, I know, eventually. If we're talking about filler, did you know that Bleach's 1000-Year Blood War is gonna have canon? What? What? Canon filler? No! Forcing us to watch filler. Forcing us to watch filler that we don't need to watch. Because they put important stuff in it. Good morning, Cotton. Good morning. Sorry, you caught me right as I was talking about, like, a weird moment in One Piece that made me cry. Such a simple moment. It's a really simple moment where, like, nothing huge happens. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. anime does do that to you. It was such a quick 3-second simple moment that just made me cry so hard. I cried so hard. You love rhythm games, by the way? You love DJ Max? I've never heard of DJ Max, but I played a couple of rhythm games too. I know on the DS there was Elite Beat Agents. I like that one. I like Elite Beat Agents. I'm not very good, but because I can read music, you can make it. Oh really? I know somebody that makes music with Vocaloid, and they make them sound so human. I'm so amazed. It sounds so beautiful. I wish they had more time to make more, because it's so amazing and really good. They sound very, very human. The Evil Chronicles? What's the Evil Chronicles? That's why you love Vocaloid songs when you started. Oh, that's the one I was talking about. The Evil Chronicles. When you started playing that game, these are songs that have stories to them, and you absolutely fell in love with that. Acute remains one of your favorite, if not your actual favorite Vocaloid song, because of the stories it tells. You love Triangle, Going Terribly Wrong. Oh, really? I don't know too much Vocaloid songs. I kind of like passively like it, and then I fall out of it, and then like I just passively try to find really obscure songs. My favorite is like Gummy and Luca, and then the Len and Rin. Probably in that order. Luca, Gummy, Len and Rin are the ones that I like listening to. And there's a lot of Luca songs that I listen to, like the Let's Be Friends. Then she has another song called Secret, and there's another song that I like called Garden of Flowers, I think, or Corruption. It was like Corruption Garden. Corruption Garden I like. And then like a couple of other ones, and then Gummy has another one. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one with the scissors. I really like the music videos. I like those ones. And yeah, I'm really bad with names too. But I try not to listen to Vocaloid for too long, because sometimes they hit notes and frequencies that make my brain go brrrrrr. The 4Kids One Piece is short and it is edited heavily? Really? What did they edit out? I'm curious. I want to know what the dub is like for the 4Kids. I might look that up afterwards. You don't really like rhythm games? You're horrible at them? That's okay. I'm horrible at them too. I'm horrible at them too. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I know is just basic like bop, 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 right? And then if it goes more complicated, it's just like bop, 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 ba da ba bop, ba 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 ba. Because they have that one rhythm game, Muse Dash. I tried that. That's so difficult for me. It's so difficult for me now. The first Miku English voice bank has such a strong accent, it's hard to tune out. Oh! How many versions are there now? You love Let's Be Friends? You should look up Nano's cover of it. Oh, really? Nano's? Is that another VTuber? Did you say Gummy? Yeah, Gummy! Gummy. G-U-M-I. Gummy. I like her. She's green hair. I think she's one of the other Vocaloids that was supposed to be bilingual. So like Gumi. Gumi. Is it Gumi? Gumi. Gummy. Gumi. Gumi. Yeah. She has like a Scissors song that I really liked. And then some couple other ones. I think she was the... It's hard for me to figure out who is the original of certain songs, because there's a song that she did which was talking about like wearing a lot of masks, like a lot of faces, a lot of masks or things like that. So like I've seen a music video of her singing it, but then I've seen like the other Vocaloids do covers of that song, so like I'm not quite sure if was originally one of her songs or if it's different. There are 3 or 4 English Mikus now, but Vocaloid is on version 8, you think. Ah. I knew somebody that said that they were able, like they had the program so that you could turn yourself into a Vocaloid. I think that's super interesting. I would be intrigued to be turned into a Vocaloid. Beep bop beep bop beep bop boop. Beep bop beep bop beep bop boop. I want to be a Vocaloid. That'd be super cool. I think that'd be funny. But it sounds like a lot of work. And the program, I think, is not in English. So I think it would be really complicated. But you can turn yourself into a Vocaloid. But I wonder if it's kind of obsolete now, since now they have like the AI voice thingies. They have AI voices now, so I wonder if it's obsolete. Good morning, Ellen. How are you doing? Good morning. We're just being heavily sidetracked by originally it was food, as usual, and then One Piece, and now we're talking about Vocaloid. Miku is love. Miku is forever. Have you ever gone to a Vocaloid concert? I watched a video that was just like Vocaloid concerts through the time, right? And it went through the progression of how the concerts were in the very beginning, and then how they've been progressing from then. And it's interesting because before, right, they had the little the screen so that Miku could be on stage with the other bandmates, right? Originally they had her there and they had the rest of the band live on stage with her, but then like as time goes on, they just get rid of the humans entirely from the stage, and they just give her the entire stage for all of the special effects and things like that. Doing well making breakfast? What are you making for breakfast? Have not, only saw a video through Anime Expo. Yeah, that's usually what I see too. The concerts look really interesting, but that one video that showed the transition through time of all the different concerts was also very interesting, because every time I see a Vocaloid concert, I'm always in awe of like how cool the technology is and what they do. But then when I looked at the transition through time, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe their concerts used to look like this or this. Like you know, they did look old, and I'm like, why is it every time I see a concert it looks super amazing? But like this one now, like in comparison, I'm like, wow, I can see the differences. Miku was the original VTuber? That's not true. The original VTuber was Donkey Kong. Wait, where is this video? Hold on. The original VTuber was Donkey Kong, I think. If hold on. Donkey Kong, original virtual avatar. I don't know if they'll show it to me. I saw a documentary, and it explained how, like, I think it was like Donkey Kong was like one of the first ones, but also there was and even then, even if it wasn't Donkey Kong, Mario technically also did it super duper early. They had I watched another documentary about Mario's voice, and the voice actor for Mario talked about how like he had they had the CRTV, and like it was just Mario's head, and they like brought him to like events or something like that, and he would talk into a little microphone so that everybody could meet Mario, and he'd be like, oh, and things like that. Hey! And it's just like a floating head of Mario on a TV. Let me see here. Also, Nano is a singer. She's made a lot of anime openings, like for B-Tune. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, you're making oatmeal for breakfast. I see. Miko was original artificial voice. That got super popular. Yeah, yeah. Did he say his famous catchphrase? Donkey Kong has a famous catchphrase? Gummy? Gummy wasn't the first English Vocaloid. In fact, she's technically not even a Vocaloid. She's not a Vocaloid? Gummy's not a Vocaloid? But she was the first big English one, especially at the start of the Miko age. Really? Gummy over, Luca? Banana Slam. Oh my god. Was that what Donkey Kong said? I don't even know. Unrelated, Dice Throne. Marvel X-Men Kickstarter just started. Oh, really? Ooh, Marvel and X-Men? Marvel X-Men? Yeah, at conventions. You saw videos with that. And you talked to people. Yeah, you remember that at E3? How long ago? Okay, on folks, you're extremely high for this. That's all. Now Sonic is VTuber. Things never change. Tony the Tiger? The cereal from Frosted Flakes? Isn't he a VTuber too now? Isn't he a VTuber? And he talks about how his computer is like powered by milk? Ha! Tony the Tiger is a VTuber. Donkey Kong had an American-made cartoon back then. It was cheesy and corny and gave him a dorky voice. Everyone knows Echo by Gummy, but yeah, she's owned by a different company, not Krypton Media. I see. I see. She's still like Vocaloid, but not brand of Vocaloid. DK would say banana slammer whenever he brings banana slammer. Hold on. I can't find, I don't know, I don't remember if it was Donkey Kong that was the first VTuber. I'm pretty sure I watched that it was. But old Mario floating head at convention. Oh god. 1992. So what is this before Kizuna Ai? Was Kizuna Ai like the first VTuber? What's regarded as the first VTuber? It's like that's them hooking him up, and then this was like they go to the convention, and that was like real-time Mario generated on a Silicon Graphics Inc. 420 workstation. Look, it's him! It's a VTuber! It's a VTuber! At a convention! Hey, Tony is one too. We're all VTubers now? Yeah, we're all VTubers now. What are you talking about? Good morning, Hug. How are you? You remember it was Wario on the screen back then for events? Really? Wario? Kizuna was the first VTuber as we know them today. No, incorrect. Look, we have Mario. And I know Donkey Kong did something before this, but I don't remember what it was. Look at the motion capture. Would you look at that? He's just a floating sentient head. You wanna go with first as in got popular, lol, because there's probably a bunch of people that did it but fell off. Well, Mario's popular. Mario's super popular. Look at him zooming around. Look at his head just zooming. His head be zooming. Got a jelly donut for breakfast. Ah! With filling. You think he did a Luigi too? Does he voice Luigi? Does he voice both Mario and Luigi? Raspberry filled. Nice! I want donuts now. You remember that? You saw it in a video? Yeah, I watched a documentary about the voice actor for Mario. Mario most definitely the first. See, you guys concur for you. Where is our Mario VTuber Nintendo? Sega does what Nintendo... Is that the Sonic VTuber? Is he official or is he just fan? Because I thought that was like a fan model. Like, that's not officially sanctioned by Sega. Charles voiced all the Marios? All of the Marios. Yeah. He did a lot of voices. Sonic VTuber? There is. I think there's a Sonic VTuber, but he's a fan VTuber. He's just a fan. He's not like officially sanctioned. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a Tails also. I'm kind of covering the screen. But like, yeah, see? But to my knowledge, I don't think he's officially sanctioned. He's not like, he's just an impersonator. It's not actual, sanctioned by, or maybe it is. Now that I'm looking at it, this video is from Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube. Is this officially sanctioned? I thought this was fan. Or am I crazy? Wait, this is 1 year ago. Am I crazy? You remember seeing it at an event with Sega? I thought it was fan. Would you really count that Mario as the first? He's really more of a tech demo? He's still a VTuber. It's still a virtual avatar. The definition of VTuber, virtual avatar. They weren't really producing content as such. You say that, but I'm pretty sure some people would still consider like some of the one-offs as avatars of some kind if they decided to come back. Like, for instance, Samsung Sam. People would probably want to see more of Samsung Sam, right? That's them. Dang, Sonic even plays the bugged games. Yeah, Ruby got a VTuber too recently. I saw that. Ruby became a VTuber. If anything, it's their official voice actors too, yeah. The official voice actors make it more authentic. VTubers are taking over the world, breaking the immersion. These guys are real. You watch shows and then they become real and they talk to you. Meet and greets, more like watch their streams. When the Mario did VTuber things at events. Yeah, exactly. That's content. So you mean we can get Mario in the VTuber card game? If Nintendo wishes for it, but I don't know if they would. It would be just that Mario head. No other versions of Mario. Mario head. People asked him questions and he answered them Marion style? Huh? You play Mario in attack mode with one card based. Tony the Tiger VTuber. The VTubing Tony the Tiger. Wait. Apparently, so like he's also streaming with other people. They went an interesting route with him because he's like 3D. So he has all of this background setup, his frosted flakes. He's 3D. I think the eyes are kind of creepy, but like look at his computer setup and the white is just milk. It has pretty good capturing. The capturing is pretty good. The mocap, but it's also kind of scary. Is he still streaming or was it just for that short bit? Does he still stream? Where's your Link VTuber who doesn't talk? Oh, that'd be hilarious! How many people would watch the Link VTuber? They would watch him just for the sheer purpose of trying to get him to break character, I think. I think they would watch him just to see if they could get him to break character. They would try to ask him so many questions to not get answers. It's like how, I don't know, they would just try to break his character. He's just emotes. Wind Waker Link. You got the ideas. Nintendo hired That's a pretty good idea. That is a really good idea. Has expressions for everything. Yeah. Mute VTuber. There's a lot of mute VTubers. This is true. He doesn't even talk in text, though. So he literally would just be grunts. And facial expressions. Kirby VTuber just goes, Boyo! Boyo! Link, excuse me, princess. No, they wanna forget that ever happened. Nintendo is sitting on a treasure pile. Everybody would watch all these Nintendo characters. That was cute. Boyo! Boyo! Is that all that Kirby says? Boyo! Boyo, boyo, boyo. Boyo, boyo, boyo. On the ground. There's so many videos of this. There's so many videos of this Mario floating head. I wish I could find this Donkey Kong one, because that one was the very first one. Donkey Kong virtual avatar? No, I don't think I can find it. History of VTubers. I don't remember what was the video that I watched that talked about the history of VTubers. It's not here. Oh wait, does this kind of cover it? How old is this video? Year? What is this? Oh, he goes over old stuff. The Gorillaz, the music band Gorillaz, people regard them as like the first Western VTubers. They consider them like the first Western VTubers. Kirby has variations of Play-Doh. Play-Doh! 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 You don't think so? You don't think the Gorillas are like VTubers? Weren't they recorded? Yeah. It's still a virtual avatar. You still don't know what the real Gorillas people look like, do you? It's still just because it's not live doesn't mean it's not VTuber. Because there's also like content creators that were VTubers. So like there was that one there's a vlogger who would go on a lot of like vlogs, like adventures, and then would take her own videos and then like in post overlay her 3D avatar over those videos. That's still considered VTubing. Just because it's not live doesn't mean it's not VTubing. But gorillas aren't real? You feel like a VTuber has to be a real person behind them? What do you mean the gorillas aren't real? Who do you think is singing them? Is the gorillas not representative of each of their band members? What do you mean they're not real? They're still real people. Are you talking about Ami? I don't remember. I don't know. She's the blogger. Does this go over bloggers? Let me see her. Does this? Oh, I saw a clip. This one. This one. Hers were all, they're all like non-live videos because she has to like overlay her 3D self over them. And she did vlogs. She's still regarded as a VTuber. I personally regard her as a VTuber. You don't need to be live to be a VTuber. Let's see. For all we know, the gorillas were actually gorillas behind the scene. Exactly! You don't know! So they're VTubers. It's a virtual avatar. You guess, but you don't feel the connection you feel with VTubers you get when you watch them live. Nothing about VTubers says it's mandatory that they have to be live. Nothing about that says that. It's like, how do you say? It's like, if you were to take, for example, never mind, that's a bad example. I was gonna say, it's like the difference between, like, it's such a bad example. I don't know if it makes any sense in my head. I don't know if it makes any sense in my head. But, like, it's like saying... So, like, a VTuber is just... They provide content, right? A virtual avatar... The base definition VTubers is virtual avatars that provide content. None of it is mandatory to be live. Okay? So it's like, if you know a musician that only does, like, music recordings versus live concerts. If they never ever did live concerts, does that mean they're not a musician? Just because all they do is do the recording versions of them? Are they not regarded as, like, musicians? Because they don't do live? So it's like, they're still entertainers, even if they don't do live. I don't know if that's, like, a good comparison. It sounds like bad comparison, but that's how I think about it. They're still doing content, live or not. What about Nura-sama? She's technically, for all intents and purposes, still a virtual VTuber. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Vocaloid is also, like, interestingly VTubers. They're still virtual avatars. They're representative of a character. There's no person behind it, but they're still a virtual avatar. It's like a fictional band that's like saying cartoons are VTubers. Hey, in this day and age, some of them will be. Ruby is supposedly an animation show, and now you have a VTuber of her. But it's, I mean, no, actually, I get what you mean. Because that's more like, what do you say? That means, like, every single cartoon are VTubers. Okay, I see what you mean, but also, I think that's different because cartoons are trying to narrate and tell a story, I guess. But, like, the gorillas, it's like, it's their characters? It represents the band itself. Ami Yamato, she's a VTuber. Yeah, she's a VTuber, but none of her stuff is live. Kizuna Ai rarely goes live. She usually makes scripted videos, if you remember. Yeah, she usually scripted videos, I think. Don't worry, the meaning is flexible. Yeah. And she is still a VTuber, technically, too. Yeah. She's most done now, other than a really bad anime that's about her, but she's not even in I know Kizuna, I think she retired, right? She retired, but then she came back, or the original voice. So, Kizuna retired. And they tried to split up her personality to like multiple voices, but multiple voice actors. But people got upset about that. Because they didn't want to replace the original voice actor that embodied the spirit of Kizuna. So then they still kept those voice, like I think they've like reduced it down. I don't know the full story. I don't really know, but I know that like the original voice actor came back, but not as Kizuna. She came back like on the board of directives or something like that. And then I think Kizuna in general, like the avatar, is on hiatus. Like she's gone. She's gone on break for right now. Is the last I heard, because she did some sort of like what is it? It showed in the beginning of this, or not? Like whatever this was, this video, that was like her saying like she'll be gone for a while. So that video. Let me see. True, in the beginning during her prime though, she was a VTuber, yeah. Before streaming was the thing a lot of VTubers do, yeah. Before it was like accessible to do things live, but everything had to be done like post to get the avatar and things like that. Still VTuber. Like, is KDA VTubers? Do they show real life versions of themselves? Isn't that just that one video? Isn't it just that one song? They did 2 songs at this point, isn't it? They did 2 songs now. Are they saying that the characters are singing it? Do they credit the real voices? Do they credit the real voices? I don't know. I don't know if I would consider KDA as VTubers. Because they're like, yeah, they're characters of an IP. But this was more like a marketing publicity thing. But at the same time though, no. No. I think this is more marketing and publicity. If you were to compare this versus Gorillas, like Gorillas, they are those guys, versus this is like, oh, people love playing these characters. Let's make a music video with them. It's like watching a musicals episode of a show. Like if a show, a series that you like has like a musical, right? It's like that. I think it's the equivalent of like that. Maybe. She's on an indefinite hiatus right now. Yeah, she's on indefinite hiatus. When we need her most, she will return. When the world needed her most, she was nowhere to be found. She's like the Avatar. Kizuna is like the Avatar. She had a really cool ending concert. Yeah, that video is really cool. I don't think I watched all of it. I watched like the small snippets that were on Twitter. They have 2 albums? Yeah, 2 songs. 2 songs. I think it's more publicity stunt. Featuring Madison Beer and Gildy, Lexi Lou, Jara Burns, Stephanie. I think it's mostly just like these are the characters. Like this is this band singing as these characters. Yeah. So Oshibush got heavily distracted. Depends on where you draw the line. Would you consider any motion capture animation a VTubing production? Yeah, that's something that we were thinking about, whether it's like all the cartoons or something like that. You should get ready for work and stuff. Have fun chatting. Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. We did get heavily distracted. What was I saying? I think it really depends. Because I think the difference is, like, if we were to watch, let's say we're watching, like, How to Train a Dragon. That's not exactly VTubing, because that's, like, a story narrative-ish. It's, like, a story narrative, versus, like, the gorillas. They make the songs, right? But they're still... they are representative of those characters. There's nobody, like... trying to say, like, Hiccup is my avatar. You know what I mean? Hiccup is my avatar. He represents me, and it's the I think it's like representation, I think. I embody Hiccup is my spirit animal. You leave for work in an hour and heavily distracted for a whole hour, yeah. You think a VTuber is whoever you'd consider a YouTuber but virtual, yeah. Why wouldn't say you wouldn't say distracted as long as we're all engaged and having fun? Yeah. We're all having fun with the topic of conversation. VTubers exist as real people, but like gorillas are characters for a fictional band. I do like talking to this blueberry. I've never seen hold on, let me actually look. I've not actually seen like a gorillas video. I've only seen like the right? Let me take a look here. Man, I don't know, guys. You can't say fictional band as if the band doesn't exist. The band does exist, and these are their representations of themselves. They may not say, like, I am this guy, but, like, this is, like, how they choose to represent themselves in their sphere of entertainment. Like, it does come into question, is frickin' Miku a Vocaloid? But this is how they represent themselves. I'm, like, looking at the videos. It's always the same guy. But I guess that's the point, right? He is the gorillas. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Feel Good Inc. Please. Plus the Gorillas have guest singers for every song. Gorillas was a school project. No, really? Was Gorillas a school project? Dang, look at the animation on this. What is this? This was 5 years ago? Look at the animation on this one. That's smooth. That's smooth. Why are their animations so smooth? I haven't seen any of their songs other than that. What's his name? Do these guys have names? Like these characters? There's a 3D version of this guy. Animation has gone a long way. There's 3D. This was 1 year ago. So that last one was 5 years ago. This one's 1 year ago. Look at this. this? I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that does something similar to this, where they have like a representative of themselves, but it's like this whole overarching, because it's like he has so this guy, this character, and every music video features him. He's this cartoon and things like that. But like, if you think about it, right? Because like, all singers do this. So this has to be like a VTuber. This has to be, because it's representative of these guys. These guys in their story. Because if you think about it, like, I was watching MatPat talk about, is it Taylor Swift? And talked about how like all of her videos, she's playing these different characters of herself. She has like an MCU of Taylor Swift. She's a freaking Taylor Swift universe. So like all of her music videos are telling like a story version of herself. And I forgot what song was it that had like all of those versions of her come together for one music video. So it's like the same thing, right? It's this band and their story. Just like Taylor Swift has her own story. And so these are representative of the band. Pull it. I'm trying really hard. They all have names and backstories. Look at Studio Ghib. They have made Milestone Studio Ghibli. Would that make the Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo VTubers? No, I wouldn't consider them VTubers. Because that was story narrative purpose for a show. If that makes any sense? Nobody's saying the Hex Girls represent them. They were representing the Hex Girls. Man, this is getting confusing. How are we making this argument? What are we defining? What are we defining as this argument? The Hex Girls were just like they were created for the story. How am I wording this? The Hex Girls were part of a story, but not the highlight of the whole story. It's like saying all of those old cartoons were VTubers. Like the, you know what I'm talking about? Josie and the Pussycats. It's like Josie and the Pussycats. Wait. Did the Josie and the Pussycats have like an album? Like did they actually make music outside of the cartoon? Also, do you see the trailer for Studio Ghib's new movie? What's their new movie? Ghibli trailer. Do they have a new movie? They need them goth girls, so they made the Hex Girl. But that's... yeah, they were just made for some narrative purpose. For an overarching story purpose. I see a trailer for Studio Ponak. Is that what you're talking about? That's not Studio Ghibli. It's a subsidiary, but not subsidiary. Oh wait, The Boy and the Heron? That one? Heron? That was 3 weeks ago. So there's Ponak had the imagery. That was 1 month ago. Boy and the Heron. Heron. The Heron. Is this a more realistic? I've not seen it yet. Let me see. Anything any creator makes is a part of them, but I think the gorillas were just created to be a band. I don't think their backstory or anything has any relationship to the real people. Yeah, of course. Do you think any VTuber's back lore is related to the real person behind it? Do you think there's, what are some examples? What are the most outrageous ones? Do you think there's, werewolves, demons, time travelers? They're not, none of those are like super related to like the real person behind them. Same thing. I don't know, dude. I don't even watch the gorillas. I don't know why I'm pushing so hard that the gorillas are VTubers. I don't listen to any of this. I don't listen to any of their songs or anything. I just heard that argument and I'm going with it. You could be wrong. This is fun. That's the one. Bless you. That because it's a fun, healthy debate. It's a fun, healthy debate. I know, right? Oh, going on your train of thought, right? About like, oh, because Ruby's VTuber is voiced by the voice actor, or Tony the Tiger is voiced by the voice actor, or Mario at convention was voiced by the Mario voice actor. What about the Scott Pilgrim new animation on Netflix? Didn't they cast all of the live action actors to voice the animation? Is that whole movie a VTuber? Is the whole movie a VTuber? I don't think so. I think... no, I don't think so. It's just the one content. It's the one content, and two, it's like a story that's not directed towards the audience. Also, hello Shoyu! Welcome into the cafe! I hope you enjoy your stay! We're just having a healthy debate about VTubers and what's considered a VTuber. It's gone all wacky and ridiculous, and I'm like making arguments for things that I don't even know about. Talking about the tubers and what qualifies as one. What do you qualify as a VTuber? This all started by me talking about how supposedly the gorillas are the first Western VTubers. Ish. I don't know, actually. How old is the gorillas? What's their first video? What was their first video? What was Gorilla's first video? This is a really weird animation style, Studio Ponak. It was very soft and painterly. Let's see. You think a content creator with an avatar counts as a V-streamer? What do you consider content creation? What do you consider content creation? Does that mean they have to be live? Does that mean they have to have live content and have to be live? It doesn't have to be an anime girl, right? No, it doesn't have to be an anime girl. As long as there's a virtual representation, a virtual avatar representation of the individual. They are counted as that by technicality. Here's a question. Do story time YouTubers count as VTubers? I would say so. Why not? We have PNG tubers. Aren't they basically the same thing? Aren't storytime animated? I knew this would come up eventually. They're the same thing. We have PNG tubers. Storytime animators are pretty much the same thing. They just took a harder route to animate themselves. They just took a harder, more difficult route, right? They put more blood, sweat, and tears into their creation. If they animated themselves by hand, why not? Not live necessarily, but like videos. Yeah. Like Jaden before she actually became a VTuber, or James, or Swoozie. Those are technically virtual representations of themselves. I would consider them VTubers. It's like for example, if you were to have them, if you were to do an interview with them, okay, let's say if they were very secretive about their identity, right? And you were to have an interview with them, what would show up on the interview screen? Would it be them in the person? I know some of them would, like James would. James would just show himself in person. But you know, what if Jaden showed us just like her picture of herself? You know, she's using a virtual representation for herself. And then, you know what? Even if James were to show in person, they would ask. They would say the words, "Tell me about this virtual avatar you created for yourself." They would ask that kind of question, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it was because, you know, I can't draw very well, blah 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 blah." But they would still label it as this virtual representation of yourself. That's the definition of a VTuber, isn't it? They're like, "Tell me about this virtual representation you created of yourself." They would ask that in an interview. TikToks or other media content? Yeah. Any content creation at all. Anything at all. You wanted to say anyone you can go face reveal to? Face reveal, exactly! Anyone that you can say face reveal to. Yeah, Jaden, yes. VTuber, completely agree. I mean, she became like an official L2D VTuber, yes. But before then, when she did just the animations, yeah, she's a VTuber still. Even though she was a Storytime animator, still VTuber. If you feel like it. Yeah. But then there's AI VTuber like Neuro. She's an AI VTuber. Yeah. You add artificial intelligence with a virtual representation. Artificial intelligence that uses a virtual representation for themselves. In that sentence, if you were to read it like that, then yes, that still makes sense. You feel like writing and producing a scripted narrative versus a vlog or gameplay or video essay. I mean, maybe. Some streamers, some FleshTuber streamers, right? They still act differently than they do as themselves. Like, they're still playing a character even though they're streaming. Scripted narrative or not. They're still playing like a character. I've seen. Cause wasn't that a thing, like an example, like Markiplier is a certain way, but then like there's been a couple of streams where like he's like real talk. Like sometimes streamers will have FleshTubers. Let's talk about FleshTubers for 2 seconds. Like FleshTubers, you'll watch them. You watch them for this XYZ content sort of thing. And then every so often they'll have that one stream where they'll say real talk, right? And that means like, oh, they're taking down that character facade that you watched them for, and all the funny ha-has and the content stuff. Real talk. They want to talk as themselves outside of this character they've created for their streaming content. So technically in some cases, like, you know, they're still playing a character. So there's still some form of like scripted narrative for them because they're playing a character. Versus vlogging, gameplay, even some of the vlogs can be like characters, right? Aren't a lot of like YouTube video, like the YouTube vlogs, aren't some of those like acted up for entertainment value? Joe Schmo was here earlier, and he does IRL streams and VTuber Dreams for content creation on both. What are VTuber Dreams? So his VTuber side will be considered for V2 for content for the game, not so much his IRL stuff. Content for the game. IRL stuff, not so much content. Same for Jade Animations, you would assume if they applied. Like if they did content for their IRL content? I mean, if she animates the story later. She does that a lot, doesn't she? She'll do something in real life and then animate it later. You are making very good points. As long as it's done by your VTuber self, then yeah, it's cool. You guessed true. You can still ask face reveal to Neuro. They show like the computer and the motherboard and things. Face reveal! We want to see Neuro's actual physicality body in the real world. Square box and all. We want to see all the glowing lights and the beep boops and the neurons and things like that. Face reveal. Show us the neuron in the real world. So if you make a 5-minute long animation and your OC is based off of you, but not you, does that make you a VTuber? Wait, you have to clarify that sentence. Based off of you, but is not exactly you? What does that mean? What does that mean? I think a lot of people write stories where characters are based off of them, but how much of based off of you are we talking about? For people who don't know, yes, you don't think that playing a character is important in being a VTuber. Yeah. It eventually happens. Real talk is the best talk. You talk about being real, but that's just a dream. I dream about being real sometimes. I'll fix it in post. We have seen her brain though. Have we? Have we? Oh, the coding? Yeah. You've seen her brain. You've seen her brains, but we want to see her body. We want to see her body. You've seen her brain. You've seen the working innards of Neuro. You want to see the body. We want to see the encompassing anatomy of a Neuro, square box and all. You're able to make it. Hi, Joe. We seen your tiny hands. My tiny hands? My itty bitty hands? My tiny little hands? No, Gaslight. You haven't. Her brain is her body? Her brain is her brain. She can swap bodies, technically. Whatever computer houses her brain. Something still has to house her brain. Her brain isn't exactly her body. That's her brain. That's her mind. But she still needs a physical body in the real world. Like you're playing a character right now, but it's still you. But like a writer might base a character off of his daughter. But it's not supposed to actually be her. Yeah. It's like, being hired to be an actor 24/7. 24/7. Your entire existence of your life. Ooh! Like rent a girlfriend or rent a somebody for some occasion. And you're told to act as somebody. For somebody. They have those services to like help you break up with somebody, or like I think there was what is it? So you could hire somebody to be like your dad if you have like a bad grade at school or things like that. Chat is gaslighting this streamer today. We're gaslighting each other. We're having a big, healthy, hearty debate about what is considered a VTuber. And it all stemmed from me saying that the Gorillas is like the first Western VTuber. Is Mother V3 just like Neuro? I've questioned that. I was really confused whether Mother was another AI, but somebody told me that there's an actual person behind that. Somebody told me that there's an actual person. So there's a person impersonating an AI. But, like, does it very convincingly? Question mark? But I don't know if it's really a person or if it's an actual AI. I don't know. I've seen some of the Mother shorts. I get really confused. It's very convincing. Can you imagine? We're trying to make Neuro act more human, and now we're trying to have a human act more AI. How, where? Who? What? Who's what now? Being hired to be an actor 24/7, isn't that real life? Yes, but nobody's paying you in the real life. Your day has been well? It's been going good. Thank you, Joe. I hope yours has been going good as well. It's been going good. Man, you honestly love acting? Acting is a very amazing form of art. I love theater. I love watching stage plays and just seeing how people are able to invoke emotion on the spot. It's very interesting. You know, being able to just kind of like present this story and try to invoke emotion in you to believe, to enjoy this story. You're breaking up with some people do that. Some people hire people to help them break up with people. To act like they are the secret significant other so that they can break up a bad relationship or something like that. Acting, you wouldn't mind doing it? Forever. You think Mother is a guy or two people? Two people? What does that mean? How are you two people? Mother V3 is amazing? Hello. Is it a person? Or is it an AI? Is it a person impersonating an AI? Or is it an AI being an AI? Isn't it normal to always assume all VTubers are... Is it? Is it normal at this point? Is it? Role playing. They are a person. They showed us a tiny bit before to fix something in Mother. They're a person impersonating an AI? I've been hijuked. What is real anymore? Nothing is. Yes, acting D&D is the best place to get your acting skills to the test. I still want to do some D&D. I'm still so nervous and anxious about that. I'm still so very nervous and anxious about that. Absolutely. You don't think all VTubers are men? That'd be preposterous, right? There's no way. There's no way. What if some of them are ficuses? You have to be considerate, guys. Some of them are ficuses. We need more show you like people. So I can break up with you. Are you being rented for this service? I assume most VTubers are girls. You know what they say about assuming. They have some pretty elaborate voice changers out now these days. Now you never know. Even when they are guys? You don't know? Your blueberry is very manly in nature? Exactly. I am so manly. You guys can't even handle it. I'm so manly that I'm complete off the scale and I went all the way around back to the bottom of the scale because I'm trying to lap you. On the scale of manly, I'm back at the bottom because I'm lapping you. Where is it? I assume all VTubers are 18 plus though. This is a fair assumption. Since, yes? Yes. There are some VTubers that I've seen that I actually kind of question. I'm actually kind of not sure. I would assume yes, just because of like some investments and some technological know-how that's required for it. But also, I've heard some VTubers where I questioned my ears and I wonder to myself, and I think to myself, what the frick am I hearing? Assuming is how you bridge the gap between what's known and unknown. You bridge. That's true. Don't know Cotton, we've seen her hands. And what do you mean, and clumsiness? What did I do that was clumsy during a hand stream? What did I do? There are some guys who know how to change their voice without a voice changer. Yes! This is true! And they sound so convincing. Such fabulous voices. I know some males that are more feminine than me, and it amazes me. I talked to one before, like via text before hearing them. And they talk very feminine. Versus my very androgynous way of typing. So like not a lot of people can tell what I am if it's just through typing because I talk very androgynously, according to this person. And I thought they were a girl at first, and then I found out they were a guy, and I was just like, I imagined you in my head as like this girl with glasses, and for some reason I imagined them as a ginger with red head, and I was like in awe of them, and they're like, nope, not a girl. I'm like, oh, okay. You even saw another VTuber who her voice, she can do a good Pegasus from Yugi. Oh, Yugi boy. Yugi boy. And this is why you got by, what is it? You go by she, he, they, shadow, helicopter, whatever you want. This is why I go by Ficus. Aki manly? What do you mean? But you're a ball of fluff? I told you, I'm back down at the bottom of the scale because I'm lapping y'all. That's how manly I am. I'm back down at the bottom because I'm lapping you. I went all the way around. If the scale was a circle, I went all the way around and I'm lapping y'all. So I'm back at the bottom. I have to go through the stages all over again. Garlic Aki? That's all. That's not being clumsy, that's just being a derp. Your ramen stream was a little scuffed other than the garlic, yeah? Was I really more clumsy than that? The only other thing I remember was that I actually burnt myself making takoyaki for you guys. And you guys laughed at me. And I had to laugh it off. But I was in pain, I burned myself. I had a blister afterwards. I got a blister on my hand after. And you guys laughed at me. It did hurt though. Do you like voice acting, Aki? Have you tried it? I've tried a little bit. Why? Can I do a good Yugi boy? Yugi boy? Aki is right. Lynx is a bad boy sound. So much like a girl, you couldn't tell. Which one? Who's Lynx? Lynx? Who's? Not supposed to be in there? Who? What? That's what you meant. It's not the ramen one, sorry. The takoyaki. I burned myself. I don't know what else. I want to do more cooking streams, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, I do. I know what to do, but I haven't had a chance to like cook in a while. I've just been regurgitating noodles in the kitchen all day long. Noodles are in high demand. You've been told before that you have a cute voice. In a few Discord chats you've been in, of course you don't hear that, but that's kind of neat, you guys. Yeah, I hate listening to my own voice. But everybody does. Everybody hates listening to their own voice because what they hear in their head is different than what other people hear. Maybe you could voice a femboy, you don't know. Just wanted to know, since you have a very cute voice, and we were talking about people who can drastically change their voices. A lot of people can kind of do that, right? Right? There's like different levels of voice types. I don't think I have a wide range. I don't think I have a wide range for my voice. But like, yeah, no, I don't have a wide range. I can't get any cuter. I can't sound like Elu than this. I can't suck in more helium and sound more Elu than this. Or something like that. I can't sound more Elu. I can't sound more Elu. If anything, I sound like Dirk. I sound like Dirk. And then was it Yuki boy? Hello there, Yuki boy. And then what is it? I think I can shrapnel my voice and turn to Ash Ketchum. I can shrapnel my voice and turn to Ash Ketchum. Your voice is weird? Lies. You need more than noodle in your diet? I do need more than noodle in my diet. I'm thawing some chicken right now. I don't know what to do with it yet. You actually enjoy listening to your voice? Really? I can't stand listening to my own voice. I cringe. I can't stand listening to my own voice. You still think it's weird though? Do you? Oh my god, you know what we should have done for my anniversary? We should have watched my debut stream and have me Next anniversary stream, we'll watch my debut stream and I'll utterly cringe. I wouldn't utterly cringe so bad. I think you do. Your deep voice melts you. What? What deep voice? My Yugi boy? I like voice acting in a low register voice, but you don't seem a boy. You don't sound like a boy when you do the deep low register. You hate to ask. Never mind. You just did it. Which one? The Yugi boy? Just takes practice. Then you can nail it. That was very baby Aki. Hello. I'm bye. I can't speak. I'm trying. You know how I'm trying to get that voice? I'm breathing in and like just escaping tiny voice, like tiny breaths. I'm holding my breath to make that voice. Hello. How is everybody doing today? I'm holding my breath. Hello? You were going to say Zuin does have a baby voice until maybe you should practice to be a voice actor. It always seemed fun. You should if that's what you want to do, and then you could do like fan dubs and things like that. Get some practice in. I have very little range. I have very little range in my voice. There's like, I can do certain voices, but then all of the core like still sounds like me. I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's me. I can still identify all voices as me. So I feel like I don't have range. You have done a deep mother voice on accident before, and it was godly? Aki real voice reveal. The godly. Was it? You do too much already? Art, programming, modeling, editing? Oh my goodness, that's so much on your plate. As I say, you just have a lot of hobbies. You have a lot of hobbies. You have too many hobbies and you know what to do with. Art and programming? You're making a game, right? Modeling and editing. Running out of skill points? Get more skill points. Grind up. Get some, what did you say? Rare candies. Get some rare candies on you. You blame ADHD? That's correct. Exactly. That happens to me. I have so many like interest and intrigue, and I love learning things. I have so many hobbies and I know what to do with. Shadow is the game that you told me about. Oh, I see, I see. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. It does a lot of things and it's awesome. Wow, wow, amazing! Wow, 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 wow. That's why you've been eating so many rare candies? Exactly. You need to catch up on your points. You need to catch up on them. You've been brought up before? Kiju talks about everybody got. No. Kijo's super sweet. Kijo's super sweet. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Kijo recommended the stream to you. But Kijo was just like, hey, my friends. These people, these really cool people. I told them about your stream. They are cool too. Cool people meet cool people. Please respond. Counter-interact. Yeah, remember you like ramen, Aki? You're gonna have some... Are you really? Are you gonna take a picture? Are you gonna take a picture? And share? Share with the cafe? Share with everybody. I was losing track of time. Is it already that time already? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me just make sure I don't miss anything. You love Tantanmen the most? Absolutely. I want pictures. I want pictures. I wanna see. And not sharing. Share with the class. Share with the cafe. Don't look at the clock. I'm looking at the clock. I have to. You know what day it is. It's the weekly meeting day. I have to look at the clock today. You're leaving for work in about 17 minutes. You're going to get some lunch along the way. Oh. Important question. What are your thoughts on Tsukumen? I love Tsukumen. I love it. It's nice. It's super potent and flavorful. It's like deconstructed ramen. It makes me feel bad that I'm essentially ordering deconstructed ramen. But it's nice because it's super flavorful. And I like the dippies. I never get a chance, you know, like after you eat Tsukumen, you eat all of the noodles and things like that, and then you can add like filler broth into your dipping sauce so that you can drink the broth afterwards. I never get that. Not because I don't want it, but because I'm too shy to ask the waiters if they could turn it to broth for me to slurp it down. I get too shy, and I want to try it. I wanna just slurp up my leftover broth, but I'm just like, I'm too shy to ask them. I always expect that like maybe they see me done eating and they'll be like, oh yes, would you like your broth? Your after broth? And I'd be like, yes. No, instead they see that I'm done eating and they're like, oh, let me clean up your dishes for you. And I'm just like, okay. At least you don't close today. We'll be off at 7:30 p.m. although that's close to closing. They may ask for you to stay till 8 anyway. Oh no. But extra hour? Extra half hour? You do know what day it is. You just miss you. Oh, I'll be gone. I guess I should make note. I'll be gone for the first week of November. Because I'm doing more traveling as well. I'll be gone for the first week of November. So I'll try to get the schedule out before then. But it might not go out until after that first week. Depending. You want to try Tsukumen to have an opinion? Tsukumen better than ramen? It's so good, it's so flavorful. It's like all compact. Try it, it's the best. You want to show you. Oh. You were so shy as well at first. Your anxiety wouldn't let you. So wait, you do now? You do drink the broth? You do ask for like the filler broth so that you can drink it? I still don't do that. I'm still too shy. I'm still too anxious. You looked it up? You most definitely prefer Tsukumen. Tsukumen! After a couple of times, you understand it's normal to ask. Kuragi baby? I need to ask. I need to work up the courage. I need to work up the courage to ask. I want tasty. There's a few shops here that make it. You'll be gone for 2 weeks? I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Yeah. So I won't be here next week. And then the first week of November, I will be out of town. So, second week of November, I will be back. We're like Bochi when it comes to asking people. Going to Missy during Halloween, and a bit after that, yeah. I think, so next week I'll probably be trying to go through the applications. I've already looked at some and highlighted a couple, but I still have to like re-review them after all of the additional add-ons and changes and things like that. So I'll probably spend next week doing that. And then I have to go out of town and I still need to collect other details. So it's gonna take a while for me to go through the form. And contacting people always takes a really long time in general. Because there's a lot of back and forth. So hopefully that can get done in a prompt time. Let me see here. You need to submit your application. You've been trying to improve your art skills. Hello, bartender. How are you doing? Hello, Golden. I was so confused. I thought you were talking about Echo at first. This is a board game maid cafe. I don't know if I'm considered a bartender. It's like going to a maid cafe. I don't know if I'm considered a bartender. I can serve you up some ramen. There's some on the table. There's some on the counter there. What kind of drinks do you want? Actually, you know what? I have made coffee for you guys. You feel more confident about applying? Make sure you spread the word also. Spread the word! You get to submit your application too. End of the month. Applications are due at the end of the month. I'm supposed to still be... we have to move really fast. The game designers are ready to move on, making, developing the specific people. Barista? What do you call cafe? I'm just maid? Barista? Am I a barista? I'm a maid server? Maid waitress? Waiter? Maid? Attendant? Magical girl at your service! Ah! If you don't fully qualify, you can still apply and hopefully get a support card if chosen. You'll be considered an affiliate. Yes. All of those. Green apple vodka mojito. Hostess. Oh, that sounds appropriate. Hostess. Yeah. Hostess with the mostess. Shake it. Let's see here. If you feel, definitely apply to with Nyan. I think Nyan already applied, right? Nyan already applied. You both just had your first anniversaries, but you can still apply and get affiliate status. That way, if you get picked, you can get in with a support card. You gotta say though, hanging out here helped you feel less shy about applying. Yay! I'm glad you enjoyed your stay here. I really am. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay here. That really means a lot to me. I do want to make like a comfy space that people like hanging out in. It's very awesome to hear. Give me a hot second. I'm cooking. Cooking is being done. We're cooking in the kitchen. The kitchen is cooking. We're cooking. Would you like salt down that rim? Do you like salt? This is like the worst. This is the worst cut job I've done. This is the worst cut job I've done. But it's okay. You won't see it. You won't see it. Nobody sees it. I have order up. I have there we go. Kink. I have what is this? Green apple vodka mojito. Serving coming right up. There you go. There you go. It's your juice. Your juice is ready. You're definitely going to apply. You're just missing the artwork part, but your application is almost ready. That's good to hear. It's gonna take me some time to get through everybody. Awesome, awesome, excellent. Drink is ready. I gave you blue swirly straw. I don't know what's in it. But that's what's in it. I don't know what's in it. Google just gave me a recipe and I just followed directions. More reason for you to kick your butt and apply soon. Leave in 7 minutes, Aki. Before you leave, you would like to ask for one of your finest beef ramens. You want another cow? I wish I had a folder of all of these things. I keep getting rid of these assets, so I have to keep remaking them. I should just keep them. I should just keep a folder of all of them. What is the finest cow picture I can find? Wait, does this say this in a PNG? It does. Are you transparent or are you fake transparent? Let's find out. He might actually be transparent. We might be in luck. Your finest beef ramen is on the house. There you go. He is on the house right there. Did you lose your tiny cows? Well, we had to find a different distributor for sourced materials. But these ones are still of high quality cow. I have to clean up the shop every so often. Otherwise it gets super messy with all the images that I keep adding impromptu in the middle of the stream. Your moo-moos. Your moo-moos? These little guys. Ah! And a variety of different types of beef to pick from. All the beef. All the beef. You have consumed your beef ramen. Before I forget. The moo-moo ramen. My finest dish yet. The moo-moo ramen. Next time put a whole milk tank in there. I could. That would be like milk ramen though. That'd be milk ramen. Let's go ahead and set up the raid so that I'm not late. Chicken Press is starting stream right now. They're very good artists. I really like their art. They have very vibrant colors. I like vibrant colors. Is it game time? No, I have to end soon. Cause it's the weekly meeting. It's the weekly meeting today. So I need to... Let me double check. Anybody playing any board games? Ooh. That one's pretty. We had some really heavy debates today about what is considered VTuber. Everything is a VTuber at this point. What are you talking about? This is the real world. Wake up. Wake up. That dream you're dreaming where you think everybody has like this weird like plushy flesh kind of skin. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is the real world. We're all digital. What are you talking about? That's like a game that's coming out, isn't it? Like the people that made Persona? Or is it something like that? Or is it... What's a story where it's just like the human world is the opposite of the real world? So you can really have your giant ribbon and glasses? Yes. It is. So you can really have your giant ribbon and glasses? Yes. Ain't no way she's telling me to wake up from this dream. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You think the fleshy world you've imagined is real? We're actually all cartoon characters. Do you think cartoons dream about the real world? Collect rings and pummeled by pans, yeah. Can you imagine if cartoon characters dreamed about the real world? I'm trying to think what does that. What story does that? Something does that. Something has to do that. I don't know what though. My brain does not know what. Alrighty, Keyjoy, have a good day at work. Hopefully they don't keep you till closing, but it's just 30 minutes if they do. And then you'll have lots of rest. Lots and lots and lots of rest afterwards. Someone's making pixel art. I like pixel art. Oh, that's an interesting pixel art. This is a very interesting pixel art. They are a pixel avatar as well, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and read the pixel artist. You can handle it, no problem. I believe in you. I believe in you. There you go. Oops. Yes. Perfect. Oh, where'd my cow go? Where's my cow go? There it is. Thank you guys for such a hearty conversation today. It's always a pleasure, absolutely. Every single time, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I know we didn't go over the topic that we're supposed to, but that's okay. That's why the schedule has just chatting for next week as well, just in case you guys have any questions about it. I wasn't sure if I could go over the PowerPoints, which is why I kind of skirted around it. Because I was debating if I should go over the early pitch that the game developers gave us, or if I should go over the pitch PowerPoint that I had made. But we'll probably go over it a little bit in the meeting today, so there is that. So yes, I will see you guys on Thursday, and see if we'll talk more. We always enjoy talks. We always enjoy the talks. It's very cozy in here. I'm glad! As long as I'm not playing a game, it's fairly cozy. As long as I'm not scared out of my mind, we cozy in here. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I will see you next time, okay? Bye!